Hey now, my name is Nick from Board Game Brawl, and this is your Kickstarter update. And there was one project in particular I really wanted to rant about this week, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave that to Tom. Here's some other stuff. Orcs Must Die, the board game, is coming to you from Sandy Peterson, who is responsible for Cthulhu Wars. This is based off of a video game that I have not played, but I can talk about the board game at least, which looks really, really cool. There's lots of great miniatures, the artwork is nice. It's essentially a cooperative tower defense game for 1 to 4 players, which is kind of right up my alley. So even though I'm not familiar with the source material, and even though I wasn't the biggest fan of Cthulhu Wars, I'm still interested in this one. Saga from Meromorph Games is a card game all about recounting the epic tales of your Viking family, or at least lying and embellishing and telling the tale of your Viking family. You're playing down cards representing your family tree and trying to match up the symbols on those cards to the grand epic saga card that you have. So if you're into Viking and Norse mythology, but you like it with more of a cartoonish art feel and just a bit of a lighter family game, you might want to check this one out. Soulfall from Small Box Games is an area control and action selection game. Players take control of these nomadic tribes moving along the land of Soulfall, and you are doing so by using your action cards to spread out and get as much territory as possible and meet your objectives. I'm really intrigued by this just because of the artwork, to be honest. It's just really kind of haunting, beautiful artwork that's very reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus for me for some reason, even though the theme kind of has nothing to do with that as far as I can tell, but it's definitely on my radar. Hext is an abstract strategy game from Machow Designs. You are trying to manipulate the pawns on these big wooden boards by using standard playing cards. Depending on the cards you play, you get to move your pawns around or your opponent's pawns, and you're trying to match them up on the right spaces that correspond to the cards that you still have in hand. I don't talk about abstract games a lot in my Kickstarter update, so I figured it was about time. So if this is something that interests you, if you like abstract games, you might want to give it a look. Jason B. Thompson is bringing you Manga Ha, and as the name implies, well, I suppose most people don't know what a Manga Ha is. That is the proper name for an artist who creates Japanese manga, or Japanese comics. And in this game, you are actually trying to create comics on the fly that will be judged by your peers. You have to meet certain parameters, like what the audience is interested in, different themes, fantasy, magical girls, things like that. If you're really into Japanese anime and manga, this is definitely going to be of interest to you. I'm kind of hesitant. I want to see what the final game is like, because I've been kind of wary of games where there's like an impartial judge who, or supposed to be impartial judge, who judges your masterwork, whether it's a story or whether it's a drawing. But still, I love that this type of game even exists. My name is Nick from Board Game Brawl. You can check me out at youtube.com/Board Game Brawl. This has been your Kickstarter update, and I'm reminding you to get out there and game every day and in every way. Take care.